Hello everyone, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to this session 4. And in this session 4, we'll be talking about something very important and something that usually people ignores, but it is actually very important and we don't need to skip that, which is the front end. And the front end in a decentralized application, it's very important. If we have a bad front end, we will be having like unpredictable behavior from our application, and even error message that we don't even understand. Okay, that you won't find on Stack Overflow. You won't find on even Chat GPT won't help you guys, okay? Like errors like this, for example, transaction reverted or execution reverted or ERC20 transfer amount exceeded allowance, something like that. Like you will say, what the hell does that even mean? Especially to a normal user, okay? So in order to avoid these kinds of errors, okay, especially unpredictable one, we need to have a clean front end, okay? All right, let's look at the architecture. So this is the architecture of our project, okay? Let me organize it a bit. Yeah, like that, okay? So we have like src folder, okay? Hooks folder in order to, yeah, we will put our custom React hooks in there, okay? Services in order to, yeah, for external integration, a smart contract calls function, etc. The components, which will contain like UI components that we will be needing in our pages. Styles, yeah, that's for the CSS modules, and pages for the Next.js pages, okay? Because yeah, we are working with a framework, okay? Like this is like the most straightforward way, okay? If you want to use it, it's very easy. You won't get lost, okay? When you get better at coding something like that, maybe then you could implement other layers, like for example, utilities or test folders or whatever you like, okay? So yeah, this is very important. So the layers. So think of it like layers, like we have pages, which are just containers, okay? They don't have logic. Components, they handle the UI. They don't know about blockchain, they have nothing. The hooks, they manage state and side effects. The services, they talk to external system like Hedera, okay? And this separation actually it is crucial, okay? Even I touch one service or another, like the components don't even know that we made a change, okay? So that's the power of a good architecture, and the separation of concerns is something very important that you need to follow in every like project, okay? So yeah. Let's talk about the hooks right now, okay? This folder, which is the hooks. And look at these custom hooks, guys. This is where the magic happens, okay? Instead of having blockchain code scattered everywhere, we centralize it in hooks. Let me show you the most important one. Like, for example, yeah, but they are both very important. Like this is the use hash connect, and we already developed it together, like the last session, okay? And basically, we need this everywhere, like in order to check if the user is connected or not, etc. And this is like for the use NFT, okay? This is another hook in order to, yeah, in order to mint, to call a smart contract function, etc. We will talk through this in the fourth. Sorry, in the fifth session, which we will be talking about the blockchain implementation. But hooks, they are very important. Like this is for example our wallet management hook. Look how clean this API is. Like we have like const account IDs connected, is loading, everything is clean. Like simple things, that's all a component needs to know about wallets, okay? But looks what happens actually inside. Like yeah, in this like component, like look at it, like we have dispatch, use dispatch, we are calling like redux in here, we are using redux for state management, so this is crucial. Wallet state needs to be available everywhere in your application. Redux gives us like a single source of truth, and that's what I love about redux, by the way. Now watch this setup function, guys. We have like the use effect, okay? See that dynamic import, guys? Okay, this one, do you see it? Okay, like this is a pro move, okay? So Hash Connect only works in the browser, so we lazy load it. This prevents Next.js SSR errors and reduces bundle size. Okay, we don't load it on the server, we load it on the client. Okay, and that's what we are doing in here. Look at this, guys. On the other hand, like event-driven architecture. When the wallet pairs, like we automatically update Redux state. The entire application knows instantly about it that we are connected. Like it is very important. Like a lot of maybe developers do this like differently, but it is very important like to follow the best practices and try to use the right libraries. Like event driven architecture is very cool. Let's see what else. Like yeah, as you can see, like the architecture is pretty clean, like separate functions. We exported them in here. Like it's very clean, guys. It's very clean, and that's what we need in order to have a really good application. Let's see the use NFTs on the other hand. Like this hook, we didn't like review it yet, okay, but we will do it. We will do it in the next session. When we will be implementing like the smart contract part. But let's just look at it, like how it is done, okay. So this is where it gets really interesting, okay? Because in here we will be interacting with our smart contracts. This will handles the entire property creation flow. So yeah, use NFT we have in here, use state. Like first things first, like we are using a real deployed smart contract, and isn't a test code. This is production. That's why, yeah, we are using the real smart contract address. And by the way, we could put this in the .env. Yeah, by the way, actually we found a, let's say, a bad practice. Okay, so this should be in the .env, guys. Okay, like any constants like this, like account IDs, smart contract addresses, like these kinds of stuff, we should put them in the .env, okay? But since I was testing this yesterday, so that's why I forgot about it, okay? But it should be in the .env, okay? Let's move on. Let's go to the create property, okay? So multiple safety checks before we even start, okay? This defensive programming like prevents 90% of production bugs. So that's why we are doing these checks. If we are connected, if there isn't like an account ID or not, means like if I have an installed wallet or not, etc., etc. If I am like using the browser, etc., etc. These kinds of stuff, they are very important. So yeah, this is yeah, dynamically import hash connect services only on client side. Okay, so that's why we are checking if the window is there or not. Okay, so if the window is not there, then we are not on the browser. Okay, so this is, yeah, it is very important. Um, yeah, what else? Let's move on. So, yeah, the metadata is actually also something good. Okay, so yeah, you see this? Okay, we are converting JavaScript dates to blockchain timestamps. Okay, it's very important. In order to talk with blockchain virtual machines, we need to know their languages. Okay, and that's why we need to convert JavaScript dates to blockchain timestamps in order so they got saved in there. Okay, so these little details matters, and usually like you will find a lot of errors and you won't even recognize where it is coming from if you don't pay attention to these kinds of things. Okay, so because yeah, they produce a lot of errors, so you need to pay attention at these little details. Okay, because they matters. Blockchain expects seconds, JavaScript uses milliseconds, sorry, so you need to pay attention on that. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you can see, the architecture is very clean and there is a huge separation of concerns in here. And of course, it will be an exercise for you guys because like this is a very big hook. Okay, we have like 400 lines in here. Okay, lines of code that could be also optimized, and that's why I invite you guys to maybe try to create other layers of optimization, or why not maybe create another hook in order to make like this like hook less heavy. Okay, so yeah, please feel free if you want to make a pull request or something like that. Now let's go to one of the components in order to show you what's going on. So let's go to the become host.tsx. Now let's look at the actual property creation form. So yeah, this is the component of our hosts. So we called it become host, okay? Because why not? Okay. But please try to name your like components and pages conveniently, okay? Especially talking about pages, you need to follow the Next.js rules, okay? Because this will be the path of your page, okay? So try to focus on following the Next.js rules. If you don't have any idea about Next.js, please go to that documentation. They are pretty like helpful. They have huge community, and you can find everything in the documentation. So please try to follow the rules of documentations, okay? The rules of Next.js, sorry. So yeah, that's why we called it become dash host. So our page will be named become dash host. So yeah, let's take a look on this the this the first thing. Yeah, as you can see in here, like multi-step form. This is crucial for Web3 UX. Instead of overwhelming users with 11 fields at once, especially in long forms, yeah, we break it into digestible steps. Okay, so that's what we are doing. And if I go here, yeah, that's the thing. Like these are visual progress indicators. Users always know where they are and what's coming next. Okay, so this will reduces like form abandonment or by a big percentage. Okay, so at least like you make long forms like less boring. Yeah, let's go to the validation logic. Okay, let's go to the function validate step. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, yeah, that's the one. So step-by-step validation uses can't proceed until the current step is valid, and this actually prevents incomplete NFT creation and blockchain errors. Okay, so yeah, there is like a wisdom behind everything. So you need to be very you need to pay attention to these small details because like they matters, okay? They matters a lot. Let me get you to the handle amenity. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's another function. Okay, which is very important because like toggle cards instead of checkboxes, more visual in here. So more mobile friendly, let's say, and the selected state gives instant feedbacks. Okay, so yeah, this is a function for a toggle. Okay, because we've made a checkbox, and I will show you that later. Okay, so I will show you that later in the demo. Let's go to the show submission. Okay, or handle submission. I think I called it. Yeah, handle submit. That's the one. That's the one. This is the handle submit. Yeah, there is pretty much some logic in here. So clear error messages, as you can see. Success states. Okay, we store the created property to show a success screen, of course, in order to improve the UX. So they need confirmation. Uh, Users need confirmation about the NFT that was created successfully. Okay, because trust me, guys, imagine if you created your NFT, you went to your wallet, you validated the transaction, the wallet tells you that everything is successful, but on your UI, on your web page, nothing happens. Okay. You don't know if like it was mint, it was not. Yeah, you will be lost. Okay. So for that, Redux in here he came as a hero, okay, to save us and to manage these kinds of complicated states, okay, and that's why we use it. We use it a lot. And talking about these states, we can go in here, okay. So this is like I'm showing you like the success state, like dedicated success screen with next action, and users need to know like the operation succeeded. what was created, like tokens details, like this is what we created, we just created, okay? What to do next? Let's go to the dashboard in order to visualize our NFT, like these kinds of things in order to improve the user experience. And this is only made feasible if we manage the states of our front-end applications properly, okay? So this complete flow, like from multi-step form to success state, yeah, it is what separates amateur from professional Web3 UX, UI, and front-end developers, okay? So it's very important to pay attention to these specific details because, yeah, they matters, okay? So what else can I show you about the front end? The service layer, that's for sure. So let's go to the hashconnect.ts. If you don't know how to handle your services, yeah, it is a big problem, guys. Okay, you need to work on that. And let me show you how I handle mine. Okay, so let's talk about the service layer. So this is where we handle all the messy blockchain stuff. So our components don't have to. It's very simple, okay? All the mess it is done in here, and in the component we just call these bad boys, and they by themselves will solve the problems, okay? They will do the job. So let's go to, yeah, let's try to pick hash connect. Yeah, let us start from the beginning, okay? So where is it? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and here we have, as we explained in the last session, singleton patterns, okay? We only want one connection to the blockchain, not 10 different ones, because this prevents all sorts of weird bugs. Let's go to the execute contract, execute contract function. Okay, it is a very important function as well, because this function, like, look at all checks we are doing. Okay, look at all these kinds of checks. Are we in the browser? Is the wallet connected? Did the transaction succeed? Did we get a receipt or not? Okay, so there is a lot of conditions, guys. Okay, and what is that actually? What is that? Look at this console logging. Yeah, because I'm on dev mode, so I need to console log every step in order to understand what is happening behind the scenes. Otherwise, I won't be following what's going on, okay? So, yeah, a lot of console logs, a lot of conditions in order to see if this is working properly or not, okay? Each check prevents a different type of failure. This is defensive programming, guys, and it is important. Yeah, so yeah, that's one of our services that we could optimize as well, because this is, yeah, pretty long service, guys. Like, look at this, like 700, like nearly 800 lines. Like, this is a lot of lines, even though I'm positive that, like, half of these lines, they are console logs, as you can see in here. There's a lot of console logs. If I remove them, maybe, yeah, it will be like 400 or something like that. But it's also important that we could even optimize more our service layer by adding utility functions, okay? Utility layer is also very important. We didn't add it in this project tutorial because we don't want to complex things, guys, okay? The more important thing that you understand, okay? So yeah. So that's the service layer, and that's pretty much it, okay? Do you want to see the demo? Let's try to get on the demo, okay? Just a second. Yep, this is the demo, guys. As you can see in here, we already made the hash connect, okay? So it is already connected. But as you can see in here, everything is seamless, okay? And everything happens so fast, okay? Let's click on become a host. This is our formula, okay? So this is our form. We could do it like we've made a stepper in here in order to not make the form boring, okay? As you can see, the image, okay, we've used some mock-up data, okay, in order not to complicate things as well. But yeah, this is the checkbox that I told you, yeah, that we already talked about. Yeah, these kinds of things, they are very important, and we are handling it, okay? We are handling it via like a very clean front end. And this way, if any errors happens, we know about it because we made our code so clean and like there is a lot of logs, okay, in every corner of your code. So if something happen, you won't be lost, okay? It's very important, especially in the development phase. If you click on the dashboard where you could visualize your property, as you can see in here we are calling a smart contract. By the way, this data comes from a smart contract, okay? I know the images, they are not convenient because we are using mockup data, okay? But yeah, these are actual NFTs, guys. Congrats. I will show you that later, okay? And yeah, in here maybe I have invalid dates because yeah, there must be a problem converting timestamp into a date. So this is a conversion problem that we will be solving probably in the next video, okay? I hope this video was like fruitful for you guys. If you have any question, please don't hesitate, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.